Hello everybody, it's Bill's That College Football Guy here with another preview and prediction video. It's a little bit late. Hopefully this damn curtain's in the way, but oh well. Had a guy being a pain in the butt over here, so I'm trying not to. Then we get on camera. Next video we're talking about the Troy Trojans. Troy, Alabama, the Sun Belt Conference. Shall we get into this while I still got daylight? Alright. Troy did not have a good year last year, 4-8 in 2024, but the entire staff is back. Gerard Parker, his second season as the head coach of Troy, along with Sean Reagan, the second season as offensive coordinator. Troy was 87th in total offense in FBS last year. Dante Wright's back as the defensive coordinator. Troy was 62nd in total defense, so not too bad. Now, player-wise, what are we looking at here? Who's going to be the starting quarterback? Because realistically, we need to find out here. We got Goose Crowder. I love the name. Redshirt senior quarterback is 43 of 62, 542 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks. You also have Tucker Kilcrease. Love the name too. Redshirt junior, 28 of 51, 332 yards, 3 touchdowns with 1 pick. Those two are probably going to be battling it out for the starting job to be the starting quarterback this season. You also got Caleb McCreary, the redshirt freshman. He really didn't do anything. That's one of the ones that got shot at the starting job. So we'll see how that one is, but you got a shot at the starting job. Now, running back, however, is a problem. You know, I like to have minimal stats for somebody to get a job. None of the candidates to be the starting running back at Troy have at least 100 yards rushing in FBS. None of them. You're talking 3 holdovers. Jordan Levitt, the redshirt sophomore. Tay Meadows, the redshirt junior. Jarvis Williams, the redshirt senior. Along with, we got Dennis Palmer, the redshirt freshman transfer from Bethune-Cookman. And Trey Cooley, the recent redshirt senior transfer from Georgia Tech. But none of them have 100 FBS yards rushing, so we're going to see how that goes. Now, wide receiver room, we do have some guys that made some plays on the FBS level, 2. And one interesting story. All right, because of the guys who are not in here, that's one of the interesting stories that we got. Darian, hope I'm saying his name right, or Darian Bryant, the junior transfer from Highland Community College. Christian Tate, the redshirt sophomore transfer from Delaware State. You got Mojo Deutsch, I'm his name here, probably that. The redshirt junior. You've got Ramon Mothershed. I love the name, redshirt sophomore. You have DJ Epps, the redshirt junior. All those guys are holdovers. And you have Ra Thomas, the redshirt senior from Georgia. Seems like a familiar name? Yeah. Well, he played for Georgia last year. Not last year. He was on Georgia roster 2022-23. He was kicked off the team before the start of the 2024 season for felony charges of false imprisonment and a misdemeanor charge of felony family battery. Felony family violence, a misdemeanor count of family violence battery. He took a plea deal out there, and afterwards he joined the Troy roster, so his legal problems are over with. 2023, the last season he played, 23 receptions, 383 yards, and a touchdown. So has he lost a step for sitting out a year? Players who made the plays, we've had 2. You got Trey Taylor, the senior transfer from Coastal Carolina, 18 receptions, 262 yards, and a touchdown. And you've got Peyton Higgins, the redshirt senior, holdover from last year, 31 receptions, 301 yards, and a touchdown. So lack of experience, really gameplay experience on this roster. Tight end, well, you've got one guy with FBS experience on the offense. Ethan Connor, the redshirt senior, 12 receptions, 115 yards, no TDs. Everybody, the other 3 candidates, Trey Swartz, the senior, Jackson Worley, the redshirt sophomore, and Malik Ellis, the recent junior transfer from Mississippi State, who's also played offensive line for Mississippi State. None of them have 10 catches last season. Offensive line, speaking on there's some transfers in the room, but it looked to be pretty solid. Probably the most solid unit on the offense, to be honest with you, because there's offense, not a lot to make home about here. Defensive line, however, night and day. Lack of guys with experience on the offense. Guys who've got experience on the defense. Defensive line, we do have some that don't have any, like minimal 10 tackles is what I'm talking here. Elijah Davis, the redshirt senior transfer from South Carolina. Eric Shaw, the redshirt senior holdover. Talik Robbins, the redshirt senior transfer from Houston. We also got one FESS guy here, Donnie Smith, the junior transfer from East Central Community College. Normally I would not bring up FCS stats, but this is interesting. 95 tackles, 9.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 5 pass deflections on the defensive line. Playing edge. I know it's community college and JUCO rankings, but he should be able to do something, right? Now, other players on the defensive line who actually did rank up at least 10 tackles. We've got Jabril, and everybody here on this list is a holdover from last year, from the Troy roster. Jabril McNeil, the redshirt senior, 13 tackles and a pass deflection. We've got Luis Medina, the redshirt senior. He's had 17 tackles last year. Jamil Ami, the senior, has 18 tackles. Cam Curry, the senior, had 19 tackles. A little bit of an escalation here. And then we got Julian Peterson, the redshirt senior, 25 tackles, 2.5 sacks. And Jamal Williams, the redshirt senior, 30 tackles with a sack. So they're down the pressure. At least you've got some guys who's made some gameplay experience. Linebacker room, what I think the 2 spots are set because the other 2, TJ Thompson, the redshirt junior, Luke Hodge, the redshirt junior, they don't have at least 10 tackles. They're all from holdovers. All these linebackers are holdovers from last year. Stephen Catledge, the redshirt senior, 22 tackles and a half sack. But Jordan Stringer, the redshirt senior, on Troy last season, 76 tackles, 2.5 sacks, a first fumble, and a pick. Okay. We got some playmaking. We got a guy to make some plays for the FBS Leopard. The secondary, we got 4 guys. We got some guys here. I think we probably figured out our starters early. The guys who have not here, you've got David Daniels Cisbana. I apologize if I'm butchering your name wrong. The redshirt senior transfer from Georgia. We've got Jaquez White, the junior transfer from Washburn, and Steven says Sanavaniola, love the name, redshirt junior transfer from Vanderbilt, along with holdovers Crypto Norwood, the redshirt junior, and Jabari Strait, the senior, both holdovers from last year. None of them had at least 10 tackles. Now, defensively, we got some guys. One year is actually also, he has FCS, but he's Kalino Levine, the redshirt senior transfer from Missouri State, who's FBS this year. He was on the FCS roster last year, so you can go with what you want to say there. But at the FCS, he had 50 tackles, a forced fumble, and 6 pass deflections, so that's substantial here. Now, the holdovers in the secondary who have actually made plays, we got 4. We've got Jordan Perry, the redshirt junior, 10 tackles and a pass deflection. We've got, hold on, make sure. Trent Henry, the senior, 22 tackles, a sack, and 2 pass deflections. And then we got the 2 beasts of the secondary. We're talking Dion Lafayette, the redshirt senior, 51 tackles, a forced fumble, and a pass deflection, as well as Justin Poe, the redshirt junior, 67 tackles, a sack, 2 picks, and 4 pass deflections. And that light's at least creeping in here, so at least you can see me. Sunlight's going away, but the floodlights are right in my face, even though we got shadows. But secondary, okay, like you see, hearing the difference between the 2 teams, this is kind of like a San Diego State situation. You have an offense that lacks experience, but a defense that does. An offense that doesn't really have a true playmaker, but defense that does. So the defense is going to have to carry Troy this season. So let's get into the schedule, shall we? Because we're getting into this. They start off the season at home against Nichols. Nichols actually plays the week before because they played week 0. Nichols plays Incarnate Word. Last meeting was in 2001. Troy won 21-0 in Troy. We're back in Troy. Troy wins again, beats Nichols. Then they go on the road to the other Death Valley at Clemson. Clemson actually plays LSU the week before. The Battle of the Death Valleys. So, but it's in Clemson. So Clemson's been home. Both games. Last meeting was in 2016. Clemson won 30-24 at Clemson. So this actually was close. Clemson only won by 6 in 2016. This is the year they're battling for championships, starting to get in that championship run, right? Unless my brain's totally gone. Holy crap. They actually did this? Wow. All right. Well, weird seeing myself with shadows in the light, like something right here, but nothing I can do about it. But you still can see me, just don't yell. Who we kidding? Clemson's beating them up. Loss for Troy. Then they go at home against Memphis. Memphis is an interesting schedule this year because Memphis plays on the road at Georgia State the week before in Atlanta. So you're playing 2 G5s on the road. Okay. Both non-con. That's weird. The only time they ever met was last year. The first ever meeting was last year, and Memphis won 38-17 at Memphis. Now it's the home and home. It's the return. Memphis is looking to go 2-0 all time against Troy, and they're going to go 2-0 all time against Troy. Troy takes the loss. Then you're on the road at Buffalo the following week. Buffalo plays at Kent State the week before. Well, this also has only ever happened once before. The only meeting in the series was in 2018. Troy won 42-32 in the Dollar General Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. That's where South Alabama plays. So, last time they played was in bowl games. This is the first ever regular season meeting between Buffalo and Troy. Troy looking to go 2-0 all time. I look at this game as a coin flip. Who's at home? Buffalo is. So Troy and Buffalo will be tied 1-1 all time. Buffalo's beating Troy. So now Troy goes into the bye 1-3. Come out of the bye, you're starting conference play at home against South Alabama. South Alabama plays at North Texas the week before. So you have a bye week, and they're on the road up in Dallas. Last meeting was last year. South Alabama won 25-9 in Mobile. You got 2 weeks to prepare. They've had a tough game against North Texas. You're going to beat South Alabama at home. Then you're on the road at Texas State. I covered this in the video for Texas State. When I did the Texas State preview prediction video, I covered this. You're losing on the road at San Marcos to Texas State. Then the coming week, you're playing on the road again at ULM, Louisiana Monroe. Louisiana Monroe plays at Coastal Carolina the week before. That should be an interesting matchup. Last season, okay, everybody knows the fact, for those who know the history of Sunbelt fans, ULM, Louisiana Monroe, has traditionally been the worst school in the conference. They had a great year last year. Shocked some people. Well, last season they won. ULM beat Troy 13-9 in Troy. You're on the road, ULM. ULM's looking for back-to-back wins? No, you're not. ULM comes back down to earth and loses to Troy. But now, Troy is back at home after that big win at ULM, at home against the defending Sunbelt champions, Sun Championship game participants, Louisiana. Louisiana plays Southern Miss at home the week before, and that actually was their homecoming game. So, their homecoming, last meeting was last year. Louisiana won 51-30 at Lafayette. 51-30 blowout win. Just wow. Well, now you got them at home. You're trying to get revenge, but you do not have Louisiana's talent. You're going to lose that game. Another loss for Troy, unfortunately. And then you're at home to finish this 5-game run here against Arkansas State. This is your homecoming game. This is Troy's homecoming game. Arkansas State plays Georgia Southern the week before. It was Arkansas State's homecoming game at home. They played Georgia Southern at home. Now they're playing for their homecoming game. Now they're playing at Troy for Troy's homecoming game. So a lot of homecoming games here. Last meeting was last year. Arkansas State won 34-31 at Jonesboro, Arkansas. Arkansas State's home stadium. You're now back at home. Homecoming. Even though you're at the loss of Louisiana at home, you're going to beat Arkansas State. Then you get your second bye because you have your one midweek game in the Sun Belt. You're on the road at Old Dominion on a Thursday. Old Dominion, also because it's a midweek game, they also had a bye, so there's no advantage here. This is the first, because Old Dominion this season, last year I should say, joined the Sun Belt for the first year. This is their second year in the Sun Belt. This is the first ever meeting between Old Dominion and Texas State. So both have had the time off. Both have had the same number of days off. Coin flip game, first ever meeting. Who's at home? Old Dominion. Old Dominion wins this. So you're going to get another loss there. Then you're at home against Georgia State. Georgia State plays Marshall at home the week before, but they played them on a Saturday. You played Old Dominion on a Thursday. The Georgia State game is back on a Saturday as well. So you've had a couple of extra days. You know, their first day of rest after Saturday game is on Sunday. You've had Friday and Saturday rest. You have 2 extra days to rest. You're back home against Georgia State. The last meeting was in 2023. Troy won 28-7 in Atlanta. I'm reading that right. The score I wrote down. In Atlanta. So, well, Georgia State is a better team this year. But based upon the schedule, I got to pick Troy to beat Georgia State. And the final game of the year on the road at Southern Miss. Southern Miss plays South Alabama on the road the week before. You get to come back home. They get to come back home. Last meeting was last year. Troy won 52-20 in Troy. You got to remember, this is the Marshall staff and the players that left Marshall to go to Southern Miss. They're going to have everything figured out right now. I know I'm a little bit dark right now, so I'm kind of sitting over here in the light where I'm a little more visible. Apologize for that, everybody. I apologize. But I wanted to get this out because I'm going to be turning and burning tomorrow, and I'm not going to have a time to record a video tomorrow. So I apologize for the lateness and the darkness, but hey, it's what it is. I figured helps it out a little, doesn't it? But maybe I should have had this thing on the entire video. Still doesn't help, does it? No. I didn't expect it to get this dark this fast because it was like sunlight out when I put the stuff out here. Now it's dark. But anyway, Southern Miss, you had the players on here on the road at Southern Miss. You won last year. Southern Miss looking for revenge. They have the staff, and unfortunately, you're going to lose on the road in Hattiesburg to Southern Miss, which means Troy's final ranking, their first schedule, they're going to be 5-7, 4-4 in the Sun Belt. So it's still a game improvement over last year, but you're not bowl eligible. So, excuse me, I'm done running my mouth, flapping my lips here, yapping about it. Why don't you let me know what you think about all this down in the comments. So again, thanks everybody for watching the video. Even though it's dark, I apologize, but hey, I wanted to get this in to try to stay ahead of the curve. So, on the darkness, blame me. If you watch the video here, first off, do me a favor. I thanked all the new subscribers, but watch the video, do me a favor, smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. It helps the algorithm, helps the video be seen by more people. Lets YouTube know what we need to be watched here. Comment on the video. I'm going to go through the schedule again, game by game. No extras. Home against Nichols, at Clemson, home against Memphis, at Buffalo. Then they get a bye week. Home against South Alabama, at Texas State, at Louisiana Monroe, home against Louisiana, home against Arkansas State. Then they get their second bye at Old Dominion on a Thursday, home against Georgia State, and then at Southern Miss. Let me know what you think about the schedule down in the comments. Share the video if you want to, and if you haven't done it already, check out some other videos that I've done. If you like them, hey, subscribe to the channel. You know, we're on the road to 1K, trying to make some magic happen. If you want to follow me on X, let me get this thing out of the way. On X, the link will be in the description. I apologize for the darkness again, but, you know, it was bright out when we got this thing started. Now it's like a little dark here, isn't it? Light shining off because I got a light here. Should have just done that. That would have been a lot better. That thing was clipped in. Way it goes. Life as a trucker. You never know when the sun's going to go up, the sun's go down, and I'm too busy tomorrow, so I had to try to get this video recorded today. So again, thanks everybody for watching. More prediction videos are on the way. Premium prediction videos. There's a lot more to go. Over 30 are still to go. So again, thanks everybody for watching. Whoever's having a great day. I'm having fun this evening in the darkness. So be safe and please be good to each other.